group, reactions on the group. Let's do more, please, guys. If we are on the group, please, right now, go and type it. We are live on your status. Post the link so that someone can join. You never can tell. Someone needs this light that you are receiving here tonight. So please, everybody, let's go. Let's do that in the next 1 minute. Next 1 minute. 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. Guys, we are not typing. Oh yeah, please, let's type. If you are on the community, 48, 45, 44. Everybody, I want to see our reactions on the group. Maybe on this call if you are not on the group, but I want to see your reactions on the group. Send this link to someone who needs to be here instead of whiling their time away somewhere. Let them come and hear how it is to navigate life in the career industry. It is not rocket science, and this is what we are here to dissect today. Plenty people needs to hear this. Somebody will thank you for inviting them. So go ahead. Ready with top 30, 29, 28. But guys, on a more serious note, I don't like the fact that my face is showing on your screenshots. But it's true. 25, 24, 23, 22. I'm on the group and I'm actively watching to see our reactions, to see what we are typing, right? Please, the next person that is going to screenshot me when I'm in a very fine position. All right, 20, 18, 17, 16. Let's go. 15, 14, 10. Guys, I can't wait again. I cannot wait anymore. 10, 9, 8. I'm having fun. 7, 6. I'm going to go through all the screenshots. If I beg you people to screenshot me, fine. How else will I say it? I beg you guys, please. Let's cooperate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, are we ready? Let me see your reactions, guys. Apologies. I play a lot. It's very, very obvious. And that's so that our mind can be actively present. You cannot be here and be somewhere else. You guys be here and here alone. So let's see our reaction, guys. Are we ready to receive our speaker? I just got a message and our speaker is here with us on this call. And I can't wait. God, it's electric, guys. Okay, let's get right into it. Yeah, I will just be reading his bio. Thank you so much, everyone that engaged in the active session. Thank you so much. I will just be reading his bio shortly. Okay. Right here with us today, we have David Ukah. And he's a quality analyst. David Ukah is a quality analyst and entrepreneur who has directly worked on AI model trainings for frontier LLM models such as Gemini in his role as an applied scientist and quality analyst at Turing. Wow, interesting. He also founded and led the development of Cephirvest, an investment tech SaaS, that's SaaS company. So David Ukah is currently the CEO of Cephirvest, a SaaS company, right? He has a diverse background spanning in technical QA, software development, and entrepreneurship, equipping him with a unique perspective on navigating the evolving professional landscape, making him a passionate advocate for future-ready career strategists. Now, all this English aside, let's do the Mary's version. The person we are about to host right here is a techie, guys. Did you hear that bio? Like, did you hear SaaS? Did you hear AI? Did you hear Gemini? He is a techie, guys. Yes, that is his bio projected on the screen. So, guys, with an electronic ovation, should I say ovation now? I'm sure David will be somewhere looking at me like, who is this moderator, guys? But that's true. With an electronic applause, let us welcome to the stage Mr. David Ukah, the quality analyst, the CEO of Self-Vest. Welcome, Techie. It's a pleasure to have you, and you have the stage. Please let's not stop clapping until it comes. Mr. David, we are waiting for you. Should we sing? Should we sing for Mr. David? Let's not stop clapping, guys. Let's not stop clapping. Mr. David, we are waiting for you.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Hello, good evening. Loud and clear. Thank you so much, sir.
Good evening. I think there's a mix-up. Can you just give me a moment? You get paracetamol. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
We can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you, sir.
Yes, yes, he told us to give him a minute. I think he wants to prepare his slide or something. So let's just be a little patient with him, please. Okay, guys, as we wait for Mr. David to prepare his slide and come up and join us, please, if you are an AI enthusiast here, I would advise that you connect with him immediately after this meeting. I'm saying this for those of us that will soon disappear, because I know that some of us just join this meeting now. In a few minutes, you just disappear. So please, if you are an AI enthusiast, you are enthusiastic about anything that has to do with AI, you know and the likes of them, right? Or someone who is and is on this call, please, you guys, connect to Mr. David immediately after this call. That is the purpose of this meeting, so that you get to meet the speakers firsthand, connect with them, and also learn more outside of this meeting. So if you're an AI enthusiast or you're seeking opportunities in the AI sector, please connect with Mr. David. I'm very sure he's going to share his handles with us shortly. But please have it in mind. Don't disappear until you connect with him. Please don't be like the five foolish virgins. That's just by the that's just by the way. So please connect with Mr. David immediately after this call. I'll just follow up to know what's going on with his slide. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, it's a pleasure to host this beautiful event. Okay. All right, great. It seems he's having technical issues on his end. So please let's buy him time to sort that out. We all know that we have two speakers here today, right? So the second speaker is ready. We are just going to bring her up stage right about now. And like I did for Mr. David, we'll be reading out her bio. And like we also did, please let us engage. Let us show that we are actively participating. Are we together? Great, 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 great. Vivian, you're on point. You're on point. You're on point. Please, I said the only way we can communicate on this call, if you can't use the chat box, please send in your images. Very, very, very important. I would go ahead to read Miss Nono's bio. Are we ready, guys? Are we even ready? Okay. 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 Miss Ofofonono Udom. Ofofonono Udom, I like to call that Ofofonono Udom, is a highly versatile, creative, and professional, excelling as a product designer, product manager, and dedicated community leader. She is a Google certified product manager with years of experience. Her work demonstrates her ability to create functional and visually appealing digital products for a broad international client base. Wow. Wow. Like I said, guys, we have intellect with us today. You just need to open your mind. One person is a product designer, one person is a product manager, one person is a community leader, and a Google certified product designer. Wow. She is a passionate serial volunteer. Ofonono is deeply committed to nurturing the growth of the technology ecosystem in Africa. She leverages her expertise in community building and management to lead key regional initiatives. She is an active organizer for GDG Umuahia and currently serves on the core team as the community manager and programs coordinator for women tech makers. It's as if the universe is smiling at techies on this call today. Techies on this call, can I see your reaction before we go ahead? Can I see your react? I'm a techie too, so that's why I'm happy that we have tech inclined people joining us today. And as the UI UX design lead for Google developer groups on campus, GDG OC MOUAU as an alumnus of the Millennium Campus Network. She previously held the role of Campus Director, Millennium Fellowship. Wow, 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 wow. She holds a bachelor degree of computer science from Michael Okpara University of Agriculture with a passion for innovation, sustainability, and community empowerment. She continues to inspire and shape the future of tech in Africa. The universe is smiling at techies on this call today. So, guys, with our electronic round of applause, let us welcome Miss Udom. Miss Udom for this session. Please, guys, open your mind and learn. Listen, 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 listen again. Listen. Thank you so much, Miss Nana, for joining us. We would like to have you on stage. Welcome, ma.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you so much. Please confirm that you can hear me and I'm not.
Yes, yes, I can. I can.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mary, for I love your energy. It's very contagious. Thank you to everyone who's listening. Thank you to Mr. David. I'd have loved to listen to his session. I really look forward to it, but let's hope the network gets better. And thank you to everyone who is currently on the call. This is a lot of people. It's really good to be here. So, yeah, so I'm kind of unprepared because, no, I'm not unprepared. But I thought the session was going to come up soon and all of that. So it kind of just threw me off balance because I was doing something else. But we would get through it regardless. My name is Ofofonono Udom, and it's so good to be here. I'm just a very, very interesting person. Yeah, aside what's on my bio. But then thank you so much for having me. for being here, and I hope that we go home or leave this session with something. I don't know how many minutes I have, but I like to be timed. So when it's time for me to round up, please just let me know. Thank you very much. So I am supposed to have prepared, I'm supposed to have had a slide prepared for all of this, but like I said, I had a lot going on and I was not able to. But I'm just going to be sharing something, and this was going to be on my screen, so you just see it. So confirm that you can see this when it comes up. Um, can anyone see my screen?
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay, so just give me a minute. Let me. Um, 1 minute, please. Okay. All right. So today I'm going to be talking about education and career, the gap and the map. Right. And so basically, my session is aimed at explaining to you the journey between actually going to school and getting employed and the rest of the things, everything in between. Yes, I love that phrase a lot. Everything in between. So that's what my session is going to be about. And I'd love you to be present and attentive. So if you can hear me clearly, I'd love to see reactions, and I'd love to see messages in the chat box so that I know that we're together. Are we together? And then I don't mind you actually unmuting if you have something to say, or you raise your hand and then something to say more like a response to something I say, right? Not necessarily cutting me short. All right. Thank you. I can see the reactions already. Thank you very much. I think I'm at ease now. Oh, Miracle already has something to say. Okay, just give me some minutes, okay? When I have a question or something, you'll be very much welcome to answer, to respond. All right, so I'm just going to go right into my session. All right. So the aim of my session today, I picked out a very simple or simple to me, simple topic title because I wanted to capture the process of people schooling and actually figuring out, yeah, schooling and career. That's the topic. So, when I left school, I'm just going to start with a very simple story. I graduated from the university. This is, by the way, this is MOUAU and UNIZIK ambassadors, yeah, if I'm very correct. And this is Michael Parr University of Agriculture and Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Yes, so I graduated from Michael Parr University of Agriculture. I studied computer science. I graduated in the year 2024. So yes, I'm still quite very fresh. Just in case you think my schooling experience is no longer relevant, it is very much. Yeah. So I graduated with a 2-1. I'm saying this to say something, right? I'm going somewhere. I would have loved to graduate with the first class. But I made a couple of choices that did not let me graduate with the first class. So yeah, but I'm glad I did graduate with a 2-1. It wasn't bad at all. So yeah, when I graduated or before I graduated, I didn't have anything going on for me. So I just went back home. I went to okay, I was working, I had a remote job at the time. Remote job is a job. A remote job is a job you can do from anywhere, right? You work from your house. You don't need to go to an office space or come to work early in the morning. It's not a 9 to 5. It's not necessarily a 9 to 5. It's you stay in your house and work, okay? And you can work from anywhere at all. So I had a remote work. So it was just something that was keeping me going at the side. I was just doing something and getting small money. It wasn't really a constant stuff. It was just a contract. And when I got home, I had stayed for a while, but then I had to now come back to school to do my final clearance, which would eventually facilitate my going for service, right? And it was in that period, that 1 year period, I came back home. Sorry, I came back to school to do my clearance and all. And when I got back to school, somehow I got a call I think early January or late January. Yes, late January. I got a call from one of my somebody who would be my eventually become my boss and a very key um person in my life. So he called me and he was like, "No, no, what are you doing now?" And I told him I was just at home. I'm sorry. I told him I was just home and okay, I was back to school and I was just trying to process my clearance and all. He then to asked me if I would like to work on his team. And as somebody who I really looked up to at the time, I still do. I mean, but at that time, he was practically a big figure in my head. So I was like, oh, absolutely, sir. I'd love to work with you. And so he asked for my CV. I already had it prepared. Luckily for me, I just sent it to him. And he reviewed it, called me the next week for an interview. And that very day, I got the job. So I resumed the next week. And that would go on to be the job that I would work. I would work. I would do for 1 year before I left for youth service. So why am I saying this? It's a story that I like to draw a couple of examples and stuff from, and I really hope that we get it. Okay, and I'll be chipping in some of my personal experiences just along the line, and I hope that some of them are relatable. I hope that some of them you draw some lessons from it. I have 5 gaps, right? We're talking about the gaps and the maps, the gap and the map today. I have 5 gaps that are practically there that we're going to be addressing today. The first one on the list here, on my list here, I would have loved to share a slide, but I didn't have it. It's the skill gap, right? The second one is the experience gap. The third one is the mindset gap. The fourth one is the network gap. And the fifth one is direction gap. I hope we're taking notes. Yeah. So I want you to think about it like this. The school actually gives you the more like the school is just where you go, to get the map actually. But then the career and the experiences you get, everything in between is now the actual road trip. Do you understand? So it's that period where you get to figure out how you use all of these things for yourself. I'm going to begin with the first one, the skill gap. No, in school, the school teaches you theory. So you come to school, you learn, you write notes, you copy notes, you take tests, you buy workbooks, you do a lot of things, and somehow, all just to get good grades. In the end, all you need is an A, a B, or at least a C. And if everything just didn't work out well, at least a D or an E, just so you pass, right? So basically, everything you do is just theory. You don't necessarily have the skill, right? But that's a gap. So it's very possible for somebody to go through school to study anatomy, biochemistry, civil engineering, computer science, like myself, and simply come out empty, skillless. So there's a skill gap, right? So what do you do when you go through school and then you're done with school and then maybe you're now looking for a job or maybe you're ready to work. You tell yourself, I'm really ready to work, but then you realize that a real life work comes in, it comes up now, and you don't have anything to do. You don't know how to do the work, right? You don't know how to do the work. I'm going to chip in my experience in my 20 in my second year. Yes, in my second year in school. I hope we're following. Are we together? I hope we're together. Please, can I see your yes? Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, Daniela, Godwin, Ayomidi, Genevieve. Thank you so much, Rita. Ah, you're really following. Thank you so much. So, in my second year in school, that was 2022. I was just on my own. I didn't have a okay. I had just gotten a good phone. Yeah, I'm not like I didn't have access to technology like you people. Yes, I'm saying you people because I've seen a lot of SS3, SS2 people, SS1 who had Android phones, who knew what was Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. Hey, at 13, 14. I promise you that at 17, I didn't know how to use Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. This you can fact check, but I don't know who you're going to confirm from, except me. But I'm telling you this that I got to know everything I got to know in my first towards the ending of my first year of the university. So when I used to see all these Indomie children, I mean, I'm still an Indomie child, but then with phones, they already know how to navigate TikTok and know how to send lions to people online and flowers. Yeah, that was it was really, really shocking for me because I got to learn everything I know now from the university. So I didn't have access to anything. I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't have a laptop, even though I grew up with desktops at home. My dad was an ICT director, teacher. So we always had computers in the house. So if it was Control V, Control P, my Beacon, type, and kata kits, all of those, I knew how to do those. But actually using a phone, I didn't know how to do all of that. So I had to learn in my first year in school, and I was really clueless. But then towards my second year, I got one of my pastors in school reached out to me and said, will you be interested in interning? It's a data entry job. All you need to do is just control the database of a particular organization. It was a UK-based organization. And just do this thing, right? You get paid 15K per month. And then after this 1 month, if they're impressed, they'll retain you and place you on a salary of 40K. I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm willing to try. And now, I like to especially give a shout out to one of the persons who actually mentioned my name for this role. His name is Mr. David Ukah, and he's here on this call. So this is a very high privileged setting for me because he played a very key role in where I am today. Yes, actually has a very, very key role in where I am today. So thank you very much, sir. So I've told him this before, of course, but this is just like a premium shout out. And so somehow they believed I could handle it. And then I didn't have a laptop, but then I collected a laptop from my friend. I borrowed my classmate's laptop. And then I went on to, yes, thank you. Thank you very much. So I went on to take on the job. And for 1 month, I was going through hell. It was 5 hours. There were 5 hours behind us. I don't remember the country exactly, but I think it was the UK. I don't know if it's the UK, but there were 5 hours. So when they sent me tasks to do on my checklist, it would be 2 a.m. for us, but I think it would be 11 p.m. for them. For someone who is really working, it's probably very much okay to be working at 11 p.m. And I could not handle this. I couldn't handle this. At the time, I didn't know a lot of things. I didn't know what culture. I was practically an intern, so I was expected to submit, to do anything they asked me to do, even if I was oppressed. I got shouted at, and I'm such a crybaby, just in case anybody knows or doesn't know. I tend to cry a lot if things do not go well or easily. And so I cried a lot of times. I went to people who I asked to help me, to show me what to do. I wasn't getting the hang. I wasn't Everything I did just sounded like a mistake. I was like, why couldn't I please this man? Why couldn't I please this team? But then I realized that it was something that I didn't know how to do. It was a skill gap, right? And in my own situation, I wasn't wrong for not having those skills. In fact, matter of fact, I had those skills at a very early time. And it was having those skills at that time that helped me do the things I can do now, right? Some people do some things very easily now because they learned how to do them much earlier. But for some other people, it was not the same. Some people get to learn how to create Excel sheets and Word documents in their 400 level. And I promise you, it's not impressive at all. In this day and age, no, it is not impressive at all. So there's a skill gap. And this is not to make you feel bad if you are this kind of person, okay? This is not to make you feel bad to say, oh, I'm just getting to know this. Am I a failure? Of course not, you're not a failure. Many people have begun from really late. But it's a problem if you're not interested, if you're not trying to get better, you're not trying to move, you're not trying to learn, then it's a problem. It's a big problem. So all the theory that I got in school, my skill, it wasn't enough to teach me how to handle database because I simply didn't know how to do it. Do we understand? Same thing with computer science. I studied computer science. It's not an apology to it. I'm not sorry to say this, that we wrote code on paper, right? If you're a computer science student here, anyone, we wrote Java code, JavaScript, CSS, bar? Yes, because I've stopped developing. I'm no longer a programmer. CSS, JavaScript, yes, write color, red, you write function, all those things on paper. And then maybe the thing will run in the lecturer's table when they are marking. We don't know. Yeah, yeah. So but then yeah, that's what we went through. And then let's assume you finished a computer science degree with maybe a first class because you got all the codes correctly on paper. And maybe you never actually got to practice, you never got to code on real life, on VS Code, you never got to write the code, and then you got a job. I'm a developer, yes, I studied computer science. I can write this, I can do this. I promise you, when you begin, you will write the code on paper and it will run from you, right? So there's a skill gap. And how do you handle these skill gaps? Right. The next one here is the what's the next gap? Hold on. Let me get where I am. Sorry, 1 minute. The next gap here is the experience gaps. See, I love to be timed. I know I've taken quite a while on my first point already. The next gap here is the experience gap. Certificates tell you that you've learned or tell other people that you've learned, but employers want proof of what you've done. Internships, projects, volunteering, receipts. They just need to see proof of what you've done. So that's the experience gap. I'll go back to my story again. After I finished the 1 month internship with these people, I promise you that I came out better. I didn't get it, right? I didn't get my slide is actually showing. Maybe it's your network, my dear. Sorry, okay? You can leave and join again, or just maybe your network. So I was saying that, yeah, I was saying that because I had the experience from working with them, now I didn't get retained, right? Because I didn't do well. And they were very blunt. They told me, "Oh, what did you you did well, but you didn't satisfy us. You didn't do well as we expected. We thought you were going to do really amazing, and we're sorry we have to let you go." At the time I was in 200 level. What did I know? I was just free. I was just happy to be free from the stress of 1 month of going through a lot, and 15K at the time was not so bad, even though it was bad, but it was not so bad. But then I left the job. I didn't leave technically. I was let go, and then somebody else who was with me, who was like my senior my senior intern. We interned together, but she was the one we were directly reporting to. I can't forget her name. Her name was Eunice, and her name is Eunice, and she was a doctor. She was a student at UI, University of Ibadan. And I could imagine what a 500 level student would be doing, interning in data entry and administration. And she still got it. She still did well, and she got retained and got the 40K salary increase. She probably had more experience than I did. Maybe she had begun earlier than I did, or maybe she just put in more effort, or maybe she was just lucky in quotes, right? But then that was the experience, right? The next thing here is the mindset gap. Many of us right here in school now, you're graded based on your answers, right? The things that you know how to do, the questions you know how to answer, the things you responded correctly to. But then in the end, the actual mindset now, do you really have what it takes to work? You probably had what it took to go to school and pass. But do you have what it takes to work? There's work culture, right? There's adaptability, there are soft skills, there's communication, there's delegation, there's written and spoken language, yes, communication, there's time management, there's collaboration. Some of us don't know how to work with other people. Some of us don't know how to communicate our needs, our desires, even our requests, what we need. So even while I was learning in school, because of this internship I got, I'm using this internship because it was the first major work experience I had. If I didn't go through that, I wouldn't have known how to explain myself or know how to even relate with my boss at the time, right? The next one here is the network gap. Your lecturers know you. Your industry does not know you. You know some of us, in fact, if we come back to, sorry, I'm trying to rush now because I was told I have just a few minutes left. So some of us, even when we went through school, We didn't even got to know our lecturers. Some of us don't, the only people we know is our course advisors, our course advisors. You do not know your lecturers, you don't know all the people who are teaching you. You may even be very consistent in class, but you don't know their names, you don't have relationships with them, they don't know you, not necessarily because they have to know you, but they don't recognize you or they don't see you, they don't know you, right? It's different in the work and career path trajectory because people have to know you, especially for what you do, right? Now I'm going to come back to analyze everything I'm doing. The last one here is the direction gap. Many people finish with their degree, right? They finish computer science and then they're left with, what am I going to now do with my life? Because at the time, it was like the degree was the direction. I just want to get this done with. I just want to get this first class. I just want to finish school. And now we're finished school and now we are now confused. We don't know what we're doing with our lives. I'm not saying this because I didn't fall into this category. Oh, very well, I did. I very much fell into this category. I wanted to take away product designer from my my bio because at the time of my at the current state of my life, I'm transitioning from that career role or that path. I'm leaving it, right? So maybe if you check my profiles now, I'm not sure you see product designer again. Not because of anything, but just because life is all about figuring out the things that work for you. I used to be a developer until a very good friend of mine still looked at it and said, maybe this is not what you're meant to do. And when I tried design, it was beautiful at the time. I absolutely enjoyed it until it was no longer. So all I'm saying is that there's a direction gap where you actually have to figure out what you want to do. And if you have not had a particular direction in mind, you will just go back and start suffering afresh. Are we together? Please let me see reactions to see that we're together. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Kenneth, Daniela. Thank you very much. Now, what are the issues here? And now, how do we solve them? Very, very quickly. There's theory and there's application. Your classroom is your practice. Your classroom is where you just do stuff. But then it's the practice lab, right? The fact that you're in the classroom doesn't mean you should not take. Oh, I see the reactions. Thank you so much. The fact that you're in the classroom doesn't mean you shouldn't take on other skills. How many things do you know how to do as a student right now? Do you know how to use simple Microsoft Suite? Do you know how to use Google? Let's leave Google. Do you know how to use MS Word, Excel? Do you know how to use PowerPoint? Can you create simple presentation slides? These are like the most basic things ever right now. And if you cannot do these things, I'm really sorry to say, but you're not making progress. Okay, especially in this day and age, these are like the bare, this is literal, this is even lower than the bare minimum. Okay, this is on the floor, this is floor minimum. It's not even bare now, it's below the bare. All right, and if you cannot do these particular ones, then it's really, it's a problem. But then you can learn. Do you understand? I'm not shouting, I promise. All right, the next thing here is the experience gap. Okay, still on the skill gap, if you cannot use all these things, if you cannot learn how to use certain things, it's going to be difficult. Do you understand? It's going to be a very big issue. You're not going to make progress and you're going to remain in that place. You're not going to cross that bridge between education and career if you do not learn how to use these things. So find out skills that you can learn. Microsoft Suite, Google Suite, Google Productivity Tools, everything that is currently on now. There are soft skills too. There's communication. Do you know how to relate with your boss, your colleagues? Do you know how to work together with somebody on a team to do a job without fighting, without breaking each other's necks? Do you know how to communicate your thoughts? Do you know how to manage time, right? Do you know how to, we were given 10 hours to do something. Will you end up using 20? Do you understand? The next one is experience. I got experience from taking that job in my 200 level, and every other job I took on in my university days, down to the ones I took on after. If I didn't take them on, if I said, "Oh, I'm too busy to be, I can't handle school and job. Please, I can't come and kill myself," then in the end, something will kill you. You have to pick your stress. You have to pick your stress. I juggled a lot of things in my university days, and I still am, but then it was those things that helped me. They built me up.
Do you know how to volunteer? Do you see events happening in your school and you don't go there? You simply don't want to go because you don't like being among people. You see something you can do and you don't take initiative. Do you do those things? Do you do those things? There's volunteering. If you want to know where to start by volunteering. Right? The next time you see an event in your school, go there. Tell them, oh, I want to be in your check-in team. Let me register people for you. Or I want to be an usher. Or you know how to take pictures. Go with your iPhone because it looks like almost everyone now has an iPhone. Go with your iPhone. Go take pictures for them. Watch the people who edit them. Learn how to edit. The next time you go back as a video editor, a photo editor, right? Take on any job role you see, no matter how little. Some of us don't serve in church. The church is like is the simplest and first place you need to, like, you get your experience from. When you go to church, you sit down in church from 100 level to 400 level. You never joined the choir, you never ushered, you never swept your church, you never even went early to say, let me help them and carry Jen. You never did any of that. It's a problem. Do you understand? These are the ways we get experience. If you do not learn these things, you're not even making yourself marketable for the future. So even when the things that you're supposed to know how to do come up, you're stranded because you don't even know how to do them. Because opportunity always has to meet preparedness. Maybe there are opportunities, but you just don't know how to use them because you're not prepared. You don't have the skills, you don't have the experience. The next one is mindset. Many of us do not have good mindsets. The same thing. We're not interested in all these things that are going on. We just want to be chill. We're all introverts. Everyone just wants to be at home. Everyone just wants to stay in their space and corner. You don't have work culture. You don't know how to relate with people. You don't know how to be adaptive. Let's say we're sitting in a classroom and now they said, oh, can we step out to the other classroom? All of a sudden, your temperature changes, your body changes. You're not strong enough to handle it. You're not strong enough to handle stress. We said we're going to go by bus, but now we're going to have to go by train. Oh, I've never used the train before. Oh, what kind of stress is this? Now we have to walk to the train station. There are a lot of things. Maybe you're not just interested in learning. You're not even ready. Thank you, Precious Chinuelu. You're not even ready. You're not even interested in doing anything for yourself. How do you make progress? How do you make yourself marketable? So when you get a job and you're required to go to work 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., I work, just in case anybody knows or doesn't know. I go to work 9 a.m., I resume by 9 a.m., I close by 5 p.m. By the time I'm getting to my house, it's almost 6 p.m. Some days I have to go to church, right? Do you understand? Do I grumble? Yes, because I do. I mean, Nigeria is hard. You have to complain while doing the work. But then, is this something that is a problem for me? Not necessarily, because almost everybody is going to the same thing. That's how we get food on our table, right? We're all hoping for remote work and all. But before the remote work comes, while we're waiting for it, how about the one that is placed in your hands? Can you handle them? Can you do them? Are we together? The next one is the network gap. This is a very important factor that I'd like every one of us to take into consideration. Mary, our moderator, was saying that if you're into AI and everything, you should reach out to Mr. Danny and Mr. David, our next speaker, our first speaker. You see someone come up now, you see me come up, maybe you're interested in anything I said, but then I leave this call, you don't know how to reach me again, and you never bother. You don't try. You're like, oh, the session was nice, I loved it, it was fire, Rema. And then you go home and sleep. Is that how you want to change your life? Eh? Is that how you want to change? There are a lot of people to meet. There's community. Now, the power of connection in Nigeria is community. It's the people you know. I promise you. So when you see that your friend gets a job and you didn't get, and you say, oh, I went to speak to, and you're like, people are doing nepotism. Yes, nepotism is real. But then it is because of the people you know. Let's just be very honest. Network in Nigeria, the connection we're talking about, most of them are built through networks. Even your friends, now your classmates, how many of them do you know? Or you just go to class, you block your ear. After lectures, you carry your bag and you're going home. Where are you running to? You don't know your classmates' names, you don't know their courses, you don't know what they do. Some of us have things we do, but our friends do not even know. How do you grow? How do you make people know you? Some of us, after we leave school, we finish we block our department group because we never made any friends with them. We should work on that, okay? Make community, build network, right? And reach out to people. Do you understand? My last point here is the bridge of direction. In your final year or towards your final year, at least you should have a small hint or direction as to what you want to do next with your life. Maybe the job you want to get. Even if you want to go to school again, you should have direction. You should have small clarity. I'm not saying it's easy. I promise you it's not easy. But even while you're waiting for the answers, you should have something that you have in mind to do, right? Don't wait until maybe you're completely um alone and empty and broke, then you now figure out, oh, maybe I should do this. I'm not saying this because it's easy. I'm saying this because I know there's not everyone of us here that is in final year or has graduated. So you still have time. So I believe you still have time to make these changes, to begin to think now. Think about what you want to do. Think about the direction you want to go. If you want to go to school again, beautiful. If you want to get a job, beautiful. If you don't want to practice what you studied, beautiful. But learn to figure it out right now. Are we together? We've talked about the gap and the map, and I don't know. I just really hope that I've been able to hit the nail on the head on all the things that I plan to say today. And I really hope that I was able to you know, hit the point I was supposed to hit. But then, like I said, this is like a road trip, right? You get to practice all these things on this road trip. This schooling, this education is the road trip. That bridge is everything in between. And then the career is now where you get to work. It's like, it's not destination, but it's now where you get to use. It's like this period is like the map. I don't know if it gets my, even me myself, my this thing is getting clogged. But the point is that everything we've said now, the mindset, the skills, the experience, the network, direction, is like the map you're supposed to use to scale through in life. And until you get it correctly, and until you use it correctly, you get lost or you'll be lost. And I hope we'll not be lost in Jesus' name. Amen. I'm a Christian. All right, at this point, I'd like to say thank you very much to everyone who has listened to me. Thank you, Mary, the moderator. Thank you, Mr. David. Thank you, MOUAU and UNIZIK ambassadors team. Thank you for everyone who has listened to me till this time. I hope that the session was and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much for that beautiful session. Everybody, I want every single person on this call to react. Send your reactions, please. This was such a profound session, really. I can't even express, very direct, very, very direct. I'm very sure that some of our tables were broken. Some of our tables is just remaining one leg. And that one leg that is there is just God that is holding it. I'm very, very happy, that we got to hear this because we are really, we students, we are funny at times, you know. You pray that God gives you admission, and then God finally gives you the admission. You come to school to sit down, wait for opportunities to come and knock. It's now that bad that you are staying in the hostel. Come and knock at your hostel gate, knock at your door, ask your roommates where are you, and then just locate you like that. I mean, where is it done? You don't volunteer, you don't go out for events, you are just a home appliance. Hey, is that bad though? Some students are very, very funny, like very, very, very funny. Not some students, most of us. When it's time to go out, oh, I cannot do that, I cannot do that, I don't have transport, another. Before you know, opportunities pass you by. In fact, in UNIZIK, I learned about this event that UN hosted, and then they brought it down to UNIZIK, and then they gave some students scholarships, amongst amongst a few other opportunities that some people secured. You know, the United Nations now, I think they hosted one very, very nice company. I mean, when that person was telling me about it, I was like, wow. So something like this is happening in this school. And since then, I vowed to never, ever, ever, ever be in that part of the world where I am not informed. So, guys, I'm very sure that that's our fast I cannot see the code. Okay, guys, can we hear me? Hear me? Seems my network went off. Sorry, someone was trying to reach me. Thank you so much. So yes, there are so many events happening around you. Volunteer, go out, relate with people, associate with your course mates, say hi to your seat partner, especially in class. Not that you front your face. Okay. All right, guys. That being said, just to before we bring in the next speaker on the table, just to reiterate, Miss Nono just talked about the skill gap, the mindset gap, the experience gap, the network gap, and the direction gap. It is very important that we take note of all of these things. We have them at the back of our hands. Please look for in any of these gaps now. Look for the one that most speaks to you. Some of us is the skill gap. We don't have any skill, and I'm not happy saying this. I'm not happy. We don't have any skill. You wake up in the morning and then you are watching other creators create. That's great. At that point, they are trying to inspire you. I mean, you should be inspired to get a skill, get something, even if it's content creation. I mean, do something. Do just get a skill, guys. I don't know how opportunities will locate you if you don't have a skill. What do you do now? You ask students now, what do you do? They say they are a student. After being a student, what is at the back of it? Nothing else. Skill gap, very very important. Please, if this speaks to you, go and fill it up. Now the she talked about the mindset gap. Yes, most of us need to work on our mind, please. Yes, just before we go ahead, if you want to learn a tech skill, any tech skill at all, maybe video editing, whatever it is, like I said, hit me up. My name is Passion on the group. Just hit me up, please. Let's talk about it. It's very important that everybody here, after this call, if you know me properly, I don't really like, we'll come here, we'll talk about, we will invite speakers, they will come and ginger us, and then we go back home and not implement. So please, if you are interested to learn a skill, it's very important. Social media management, varieties of skills you can learn and you can work while you school. VA, virtual assistants, content creation, social media management, content strategy, brand designing, that is graphic designing, web dev, UI UX, back end, front end, project management, digital marketing. There are varieties of skills you can learn and still work with those skills even while you are in school. So please get a skill. Get a skill. If you need to get a skill, please hit me up after this call. Very, very important. That's for my Zikites. Sorry about that. My student, don't be angry. But just for proximity sake, just make sure you reach out to me. Thank you so much, Miss Nono, for that session. I really, really appreciate. I really, 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 really appreciate. Now, many people still ask me this question, Mary, what are you a graduate? And I'm like, even in my office, I'm the youngest. Like, I'm the youngest person in my office, and that's because I got it clear early. And now I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. You that please don't feel bad, don't feel like you are late. It's never too late. The best time to start is always now. So please get a skill, make sure your mindset is positioned in the right ways, guys. Many of us we have surrounded our minds with the mindset that friendship is scam, people are scam, everybody is a betrayer and backstabber and all of that. Please, 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 that's one of the things that is even injuring our network. That person might be a backstabber. Learn to make friends and keep your distance. Make healthy relationships. Be in friendship with the right people. That person might not be your helper, but that person knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows another person that can open a door for you. You never can tell. Associate with your classmates, guys. What did I say? Associate with your classmates. Greet your classmates. If my classmates are on this call now, I would really, I invited some of them though. We should be on this call. Greet your classmates. Greet them. Learn to say hi. Don't block your class group after you graduate. When Miss Nono was talking about that, that's so real. Like that's so real. I can remember talking to a guy and she has muted, she has really muted her class group, right? And that's really a very poor behavior. So yes, winner is winner on this call, please. Yes. Okay, great. So can we bring in the next speaker now? Okay, good. Thank you so much, Miss Nono, once again. That was a very profound session right there. So right about now, guys, we are inviting the next speaker. An electronic round of applause. I've read his bio. We can see that he's a quality analyst. Okay, Miracle still has something to say. Okay, winner. Miracle. Miracle will take your suggestions after the meeting, right? Okay. Winner. Winner, you have something to say? Please go ahead. Hi, Winner. I could see your hand is raised. Okay, that's fine. That's great. Okay, then let's go ahead to with our electronic applause. Let's welcome Mr. David, the quality analyst. Mr. David, it's a pleasure having you here on this call. We have been waiting. We have been waiting to hear from you. We have been waiting, especially me. After reading that bio, I really wanted to hear from you, right? So guys, an electronic round of applause as we welcome Mr. David up the stage this evening to address the topic bridging the gap between education
All
and
right.
career.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, you have to deal with the noise from Lagos traffic. So I went out, but I've not been able to get back. That's why I had to delay. But still, I'm not back. So I just had to stop by somewhere by the road to take this call. But I promise that I'll give you my best as God permits. Is that okay? All right. Thank you so much. So my name is David Ukah. My name is David Ukah, and I'm just one of you all. And one experience I share with everyone here is the ambassadorship experience. So when I was in school, I also had an experience with Flutterwave, and that was my first exposure to big tech as such. So it was like it was an ambassadorship and internship of 6 months that we did. It was paid. It was a cool stuff. Uh, it was a pioneer program, flagship program that it was only one cohort, just us. After that, there was no other cohort, and it exposed me to a lot. We ambassadors from across the world, from US, UK, countries outside Nigeria, and then top places from Nigeria. So it's great to have you being intentional. And for those of you who are Cowrywise ambassadors, and for those who are also on this call, it's important that you're taking your life seriously, and that means you have a lot that you're going to make out of your life. Now, going past that, what is the reason for this talk? Bridging school. I won't call it education because you keep learning, right? Bridging school and career, that gap. The truth is that the gap is real. It's quite large, and early preparation is key because Eric Thomas will let's say you owe you. Eric Thomas will let's say you owe you. And essentially, what that means is that no one is coming to save you, right? No one is coming to save you. Then nobody will say your fight is different. And that's the truth. The difference between the person who makes something out of the life in Nigeria and the person who has to complain about the country and the way it is just the person who decides to be intentional about their lives. So that's the difference. And yeah, because I didn't got my laptop, right, I'm going to try to share this quick slide I popped up. But trust me, more of what you're going to get is from what I say, not from the slide, but probably the slide will just give you a memory of some things. So I'll share my slide. And just let me know if you can see it. Can you see the slide? Can you see the slide? Let me know if you can see the slide, please.
Yes, sir, we can see the slide.
All right. Thank you very much. So beyond the degree, the blueprint for technical mastery and professional exceptionalism. Now, a little bit of backstory. I got intentional about what I wanted to do outside school before I joined school. Remember, once I went to visit my brother, I was actually writing the entry exams. And during that time, I met some students, very exceptional students. I mean, they were already undergraduates. I was just a school leaver, still seeking admission. And I asked them, what do you want to be? And they said, when they graduate, they will know. They will apply for jobs and all that. I was shocked that people were not intentional. The worst thing you can do in Nigeria is to leave your fate to others. That's the worst thing you can do because you would regret it by and by. So, well, these guys, they just followed up. And I tell you one thing, I followed up with these guys after school, right? And just like I expected, because they left their life to chance, they struggled. Now, myself, I was opportune to have very intentional elder siblings, and I would give credit to that, who guided me. In fact, my senior brother told me something. He said, don't focus on academics, right? He said, focus on skills. Just try to make a fairly good result, but focus on skills that will make you stand out. And that's what I did. When we were in school, I would go to the AfriHub cafe and spend time there just trying to learn stuff, trying to expose myself. And it was in 200 level that I made my first money. I remember it was $100 for something I did within a day or two. And it was nice. It helped me solve some things in school. And from then, I got some exposure and all that. And the big one then in school was getting invited by a startup for a social media role. And I went to meet the founder, and the founder told me that he never saw someone like me. I was so different from the other interviewees. He gave me an offer to become a board member, like to be an advisor, because I had so much. And that was because I exposed myself. I read a lot. I prepared ahead. By and by, I got opportunities, and later on after school, I had opportunity to work with Turing. And with Turing, I worked on diverse AI projects. I worked on Apple's AI. So if you use Apple Intelligence, I assure you that what you use, I was part of those who actually built that. And also Amazon. So if you shop with Amazon, we helped Amazon AI with object identification, taught it how to identify objects, set up some parameters that it uses. And also with Google Gemini. So I worked on a particular product that Gemini is releasing. It's not yet released in Nigeria. In fact, when it was released to AI Ultra subscribers in the US, and that Ultra, I think the subscription is $200 or $300 per month, and it's just to few people better. That feature makes it possible for you to use Gemini as an agent to work across Chrome. It's very novel. So I worked on that too. Now that exposure helped me to work with people across board. I had people from Canada, from outside Turing that got across to me. I worked with and all that. And all was down to one thing, preparation. And that's what I'm talking about today. So one thing you must know is being good is no more enough. Being good is no more enough. A lot of people just focus on being good. Now, I made a video about the money point stuff, what the CEO said. I've hired talent, right? And to be sure, I had very good talent on paper. First class graduate. One of them I had is best graduate student in his school for my startup. And you expect this guy to be good, but the guy was not good. In fact, I had another guy, a developer, who could not code. For like 1 month, 2 months, he could not code anything. He always keep giving excuses, and we had to fire him. Now, that's the part of you being good, and being good is no more enough. Back in school, I'll tell people, instead of you just jumping around from one skill to the other, or saying that programming is too hard, can you sit down and learn one thing? Can you sit down and learn one thing? And that's one thing that I decided that I would do. Learn one thing. The problems of being talented or smart, I believe a lot of people here are like that, is that you think you can do everything that comes to your hand. And so you're jumping around, doing this, doing that. You're learning product design. Tomorrow you're learning product management. Tomorrow you're learning graphic design. And you always try to avoid whatever is hard. In fact, if you're learning a skill and whenever it's hard, you run away and try on that skill. I assure you, you are just preparing yourself for struggles or failure after school. Deep expertise is very key in whatever you do. Deep expertise. So what do you need? You need technical mastery. Someone gave me an advice. My brother's friend, who is deputy CISO, that is cyber information security officer in First Bank West, and he gave me an advice. He said, leave whatever you are doing and be technical. Be very, very technical. In fact, my biggest regret, yes, I also have regrets, is that I didn't take up coding while in school. If I took up coding while in school, my goodness, no one would see my back by now. But the problem was that I just felt like I didn't need it, and I focused on other things. It was later on that I started picking up coding and started doing little coding. But if I picked it up then, I would have sat down without the pressure of being a graduate now that I have, without the struggles of trying to set yourself up now. I would have sat down and mastered it. And I skipped that. But now that's why I'm trying to help you to make sure that you don't make this mistake, right? I know today they are saying things like AI will take over this and all that, but let me tell you the secret as someone who works in the industry. The more technical you are in this phase, the more important you are. And the bitter truth is this, right? AI is going to take away the jobs that are general, right? But the person who is deeply technical, not only will he be invaluable, he'll also be highly compensated for his or her skill. Highly compensated. Not just like giving what everyone else receives, but highly compensated, above the top compensated. And the whole thing boils down to technical mastery. So, I mean, when I just started, right, I worked in with my papers, degree, and all that. But because when I got into touring, the truth is that I'm grateful I graduated. One thing that many people don't know was that I wanted to drop out like 3 times. I felt school didn't make sense. I just wanted to start doing what I'm doing. But I think I didn't drop out because it was a degree that helped me get access into touring. That's what qualified me in the first place. But getting there, my goodness, I almost lost the job in 1 month. In fact, I had Nigerians who joined with me. They were dropped like crazy. People were dropped like crazy. I had teammates that were being sacked like crazy. There's no pity. There's no this thing. Once you're not performing, you are dropped. And I had to stay on and grind out. I had nights that I stayed awake for long. In fact, at the time I had insomnia. I lay down on my bed, and from the time I lay down till morning, I couldn't sleep. It was so horrible. And that was the price I had to pay to be good at what I did. And after then, I stayed consistent. Now, the funny part is that the job I was in at Turing, because it was project-based, you are only kept based on your performance. And so I had teammates who, even though we worked and then they even had good ratings, they were dropped from projects, and it took a long time before they were considered for another project. But I consistently had projects till early this year where I had to focus on something that I left for long. So just to mention this, right? I left doing my NYS after school. It was strategic. Both strategic and not strategic, because while I planned not to go for it immediately, school also had its own plan to delay me. But by and by, I delayed it, right? And then finally I had to go for it. So because of that, I had to leave my project. Now, the secret of all this was one thing. You know, there's someone that really I looked up to, I respect so much, right? Mr. Daniel Obio. He always say, Kwechiri, like, stay grounded, like, be tenacious, be tenacious, be tenacious. So a lot of people give up very early. You start doing something, it's hard, and you give up. You start doing something, and it's hard, and you give up. Like Ms. Ofofonono says, she said when she started her job, she didn't know what she was doing and all that. The difference is the person who stays. That's the difference between the person who succeeds and the person who fails long term. Now, I stayed on, and then I racked up some debt, right? Technical debt. And then I had a niche, and then I've zeroed down on it now, and then I just keep learning. So the three things you need, pillars of being exceptional: technical depth, niche focus. Not be master of anything, please. I have a friend. Let me tell you this story. A friend. We were together. I've taken tough steps. I just remembered now. During COVID, when everyone went home, my dad disturbed me, so I finally went to the house. Now, when I was in the house, I was so burdened. I was thinking about school, life after school. I was afraid of leaving school and not having anything to do. I told my dad I would leave home and I'll go back to school. My dad was not happy. He said he would not support me. So I had to leave home and go to school on my own terms. I was funding myself. So I had a job, but by the time I left, something happened. I was not happy with the job, and I left the job. I disagreed with the person giving me the job. I cut contract. Now I went to school. During COVID, you know how school was? School was dry. I schooled at MOUAU, and I was there. So with this, my friends who go to inside school, we look for light, and then we'll still try to use school Wi-Fi, and we just keep learning. So these my friends, they were learning coding, two of them, and they were learning, and it was not paying. They were just coding, and they were not coding general language. They're not coding JavaScript. They were coding niche languages. Think about what people are not like picking. Everyone is coding JavaScript now or Python, but coding CSS and like niche languages, C++, and some of those stuff. And it was not paid. But a point came later on, recently, that companies needed that core expertise that they had, and they were hired and paid thousands of dollars per month. We were together. And one thing I noticed among us, they said you are what was that, like you are the average of the five people you stay with, right? That was exactly what happened. Every one of us got exposed, and later opportunities came, and we were able to grab them. And that's key to one thing: being exceptional, staying and getting down to a niche. Choose one thing. It might not make sense. In fact, let me tell you, one of those my friends, at the point I was like, oh, this guy is learning. No, he's not paying. Should people not tell the guy to leave this thing? Me, I was even critical because I thought he was not going to get anything out of it. But he knew what he wanted. He stayed down. And that's opened the door for him. So all these things that we even say money points, those one doesn't concern this guy. So these are the people that we say they're not going to apply to money point because they have better opportunities. And that's why the CEOs who keep like looking and say we're not seeing talent and all those stuff. These guys make themselves invaluable. So if you want to become like these guys that they say they are looking for, but they are hard to find, right? This is what you have to do. Have technical depth, choose a niche, stay down with it, and keep learning. The person who doesn't keep learning just has prepared himself for failure. So be so good at your craft that the market cannot afford to ignore you. Be so good at your craft that the market cannot afford to ignore you. That's the path to professional sovereignty. Now, generalist versus associational specialist, right? The generalist is surface level, right? You can do a lot of things. I can do product design. I can do this one. But go beyond the surface. In fact, let me tell you, since I work with AI, I test I tested these AI capabilities at Turing, and I found out that we have AGI. I keep telling people don't know we have AGI. Forget all these things that they are telling you that we have AGI already. What we are actually working towards is super intelligence. That's what we're working towards now. We have AGI. The AI we have can do everything. Just train it and propose it for that particular thing you want it to do. And so everything average you want to do, you can wipe it up with AI. AI can do data analysis. AI can do product design. AI can code. Right? So what is it that you want to do that AI cannot do? So if you are just surface level, I don't think you're preparing yourself for the future. Right? Now, it supports team functions, but the exceptional person solves critical high-value problems. Right? Generalist has linear growth, and then the exceptional specialist, right, has exponential impact. I'll list something. I like high risk, high growth. If there's something about me, I like slow growth. I like exponential growth. I like something that spawns me returns in hundreds, right? Not like +1, +2. No, I want it to come exponentially. Some people just go into corporate and then they rise by level. Before I left school, I said, I want to leave school and be able to afford this and afford this and afford this. I said, okay, if I get a job, 200K. 200K is even, how will you get a job 200K? I was in the East, right? How will you get a job 200K there? Okay, get 100K. How long? How much do they pay graduate assistants in university? You can use that to judge. How much do they pay contract staff in banks? I mean, those are the main white-collar jobs outside Lagos. So I looked at it, I said, no, this will not pay me. So what I need is serious money. Like serious money. And I said, I have to do something that would give me that exponential returns. And that's why I had to sit down to do what people were not willing to do. So now the power of exceptionalism. So in a world of automation and AI, the average is being replaced, like I've mentioned. The only way to future-proof your career is to possess technical skills that are difficult to replicate. When you are exceptional, you don't look for opportunities. Opportunities find you. Mastery is the ultimate form of career security. My junior brother is a sales closer, which is a top skill. If one of the most in-demand skills now. Almost every week, companies from Canada, US reach out to him. They want him for a senior role. Roles that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. And he knew what he wanted. You know what? He studied computer science. My sibling and other people were telling him to focus on coding, but this guy was good in sales, in marketing. I started to go deep into it. And if you see my brother selling, oh my God, I watch him sell. This guy closes talents like week, closes clients week for his company, week, and is well paid. So he's not even coding, but if you touch that matter of sales close, this guy is good. And he's not selling to Nigerian company, he's selling to clients in the US, in the USA. Every day he talks to clients in the US and he's closing business. That's what we call exceptionalism. So now what's the value? You're a niche technical expert, you become top 5% value. If you're an advanced practitioner, you become top 20% value. Skill professional, average market, entry-level generalist, commodity level. Now let me shock you. So you understand what I'm saying? When I entered Turing, my income placed me as like top 5% of income earners in Nigeria. And it was crazy. I was earning more than professors, earning more than medical doctors, and I just left school. And it taught me something. Like, being good at what is needed sets you apart. It sets you apart. You know, I know you hear things like people making thousands and they go through that. People say, oh, this is not audio. People know they make them. I've experienced it. People around me experience it. In fact, it's just in my circle. It's normal. So I'm coming to your circle where it's like abnormal. I'm telling you that it is possible and it can be normal. Lock in. So you can give yourself 6 months, give yourself 1 year. If you're yet like in 200 level, on 400 level, you have time. Finally, you dig in. In fact, at this point, you have to hate yourself to get what you want. Hate yourself. Hate yourself means punish yourself. Make it inconvenient for yourself so that you get what you want. I spoke to people in school, and I advised a lot of my friends, guy, do this, and they didn't take me serious. They didn't take my advice serious. When we left school and then some of us started getting exposed to opportunities. They'll reach out to me, or Dave, can you link me to all this stuff? And I say, I'll send you link. Oh. But because you are not prepared, you will never get the opportunity. You don't get the opportunity because you are not prepared. I'll send you a link, but because you didn't get the opportunity, you're not prepared. I was always intentional about all these things. So that part of being intentional, to put yourself in that top 5% is there, right? Now, it's okay for you not to be ambitious. Not everyone must not be ambitious in life. It's okay. But if you must be that top person, then you must stand out. It's a must. So now you have 4 stage journey to mastery. Number 1, exploration. You find out what you want, then narrow down to what you want. Number 2, then deliberate practice. Practice makes perfection. Then 4, mastery. Mastery. Bible talks about mastery. Mastery. Someone being a master of what he does. A master is always thought about. I have people who motivate me every time. There's this lady called Temi Badru. If you're on LinkedIn, you know her. She's the biggest event host in Nigeria. She hosts presidential events. Like she hosts events for President Tinubu, Vice President, First Lady, and all that stuff. That's her class now. But I think I started following her 2021 when I started with her. She was just doing hosting, like normal hosting. She graduated with LLB. She's a lawyer, right? And she was just doing hosting and all those stuff, doing her stuff. Even before she got married, because her name before she got married was Temi Popular. So I knew her back then. But Temi focused on just this thing, honing her crafts, and she would post consistently on LinkedIn. And they started finding her. So that's another part, right? Making people know what you do. Be good that people know what you do, and they know that you can do it well. So that's how Temi grow, and Temi just blew out of the wind. Also, Divine Chukwemeka, right? I was also like, these are people I knew when they started, and then they blew, poof, right? I knew Emmanuel Doka before he got popular. Like, I'm not kidding you. These are my connections from day back. Emmanuel Doka, he started posting about, because he studied chemical engineering. He studied about chemical engineering. He posted about what he learned in school. He posted about practicals within the school. And then from there, he made the post about Tony Lemenu Boy, and that's what blew him up. Focus on what you do so that you become a master at that thing. So finally, build your bridge. The gap between campus and career is not crossed by luck. It is built by technical skill and the relentless pursuit of being exceptional. Your degree is a receipt for your tuition. Your mastery is a receipt for your future. I keep saying this thing. I owe everything to God, right? And apart from knowing God, right? If you leave me, let's say I was an atheist, I would follow a sure path to success here on earth, because success is predictable. Listen to me. Success is very predictable. You can predict it. Make no mistake, you can predict success. If you see someone is going to be successful, you're going to know. Let me tell you a story. Back then, people would see me and say, this young man will be successful. So it's predictable. You see someone's character, you see what the person does, you see what the person stands out, you know, this person will be successful. But there's other person that you say, even though the person is doing well in school, this person, I'm not sure. Now let me say this. There are people that I watched to grow in school. I even tried to guide them. And at the point, I gave them access to opportunity. And in conclusion, they didn't do well. I was not happy. And I was surprised. I thought these guys were good, but it disappointed me. And that broke the trust I had. And I'm telling you this, right? Opportunities sometimes come, but my senior brother told me this. He said, David, opportunities sometimes come but once. You get opportunities, but the big ones that give you a break, sometimes they come but once. Be so prepared that when it comes, you don't leave there. I looked at people, I said, if I walk into a place, I will always be top 3. I don't know, but as far as I enter that place, I will stand out. It's a decision. I might enter there as ignorant as anything, as ignorant can be. But I will sit myself down and make sure that I become good at that I stand out. So what is it that is your ambition, that is your goal? Career is what we are working towards. If we are going to school just to be knowledgeable, then I think school should have stopped in secondary school. But because you went to university to become a professional, right? Now that you're graduating, it might not be what you studied, but if you're going to be exceptional, you have to be a master of your craft. You have to be a master of your craft. I'm telling you that even though these opportunities are not there, even though they say talents are not in Nigeria, you can become that one talent that is globally sought after, and people would pay you for the excellence that you provide. I so much base everything I do on the Bible, and the scripture says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings and not before men or obscure men. He shall stand before kings." Do you know the guy that is minister in Nigeria now? Minister of Finance. What's his name? Taiwo. Taiwo is my connection on LinkedIn. I was in the same room with Taiwo last year. In fact, we had a discussion about the tax and all those stuff, like me and him face to face. And that was an exclusive event organized by American Business Council. And I was one of the special invitees. And I was there on the ground of the business, my startup that I built. That's what took me to that room. I met people like the founder of Mr. Paul, founder of Landmark. I met people like in Olua who've talked, right? The founder of Sycamore is like a senior friend to me. In fact, last time we were at the event, and then I went to meet him after the speech. And then one of the investors was like, this someone wants to meet you. You say, no, this is one of my guy. These are people that I got to meet because I sat down to stand out. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to be a social person because this will take away social life. It's going to take away your friendship. In fact, at the height of my job, my friends would send me a message and I would miss their message for like 1 week. Not intentionally, but because I was so locked down on my work. In fact, that's why they say things like tech bro, they don't get a relationship because they cannot keep a relationship. They are always too busy to keep a relationship. But that's the price you pay. I'll leave you with this, an advice from my dad. And I'll give it to you also. My dad told me, he said, stretch yourself. The time of your youth is time to stretch yourself. Time will come when you are old and you'll not be able to stretch yourself again. In physics, we have this young modulus principle, right? Principle of expansion, right? You keep expanding to a point where you get to your distance, to your elastic limit, right? So by the time you get old, you get your elastic limit and you cannot draw again. You cannot stay up again and do some things. In fact, if you are married, my brother will usually tell me that if you want to do masters, all those things, if you want to travel outside, do it now that you are still not married. So do those things now. Do the hard stuff now, and you reap the rewards. The story we had years ago, the story of a girl that met a fairy, and then fairy gave her two options: hard life now and sweet life later, or sweet life now and hard life later. That's the choice that you have before you. God will say, today I place before you life and death. Choose life therefore that you may live. So choose mastery so that you be successful in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. David. Choose mastery so that you can be successful in life. One thing I took from this session is your degree is the receipt of your tuition, and your mastery is the receipt for your future. Like, this session was so eye-opening, and it was an emotional one for me because I really understand what it means to be preparing for opportunities all your life. Like, you are literally preparing for opportunities all your life, and then one scenario comes that you just mess everything up because you have not built competence and capacity enough to function in that, position and take up the opportunity, own it and get referrals. There's one thing about opportunities that we don't understand. Many times when you get the opportunity to volunteer, let's start from volunteering, and you do your part well. I like to say my work is my worship, right? You own your role. Is Nobody has to tell you this is what you want, this is what you're supposed to do. You know what you're supposed to do and you do it. You take out time to learn. You don't just go anywhere and just and just do things your way. Learn how it works there. I worked with an organization where I did my IT. I had to really learn. I knew that, even I knew I was not professional enough, even as little as it comes to communication. Please, guys, like, this is such an eye-opening session. Thank you so much, Mr. David. Once more, please, can we give an electronic round of applause to Mr. David? Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. These words will always stick with me. Your degree is the receipt for your tuition. Your mastery is the receipt for your future. Thank you so much, Mr. David, again. I believe we've gotten value from the most part of this session. Am I right? Am I right? Great, 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 great. All right. So, yes. Thank you so much. Active reactions. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. David. Please, can we type it in the chat box? Thank you so much, Mr. David. Thank you so much, Mr. David. Thank you so much, Mr. David. Can we type it in the chat box? Thank you so much, sir. We really, really appreciate this session, right? He has really dissected the importance of networking, everything in one. Everything in one. Thank you so much, Mr. David. All right. So right about now, we'll be taking questions. We would be taking questions. We just have a limited amount of time, so we can start. Okay, okay, great. Winner, let's have you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be reading the questions that we have on the from the registration form. Some of us were registering for this event. We put in some questions wanted to be answered. So I have one person here asks, how can one utilize opportunities with little or no resources in this ever-changing world? So Mr. Daniel, Mr. David, sorry, I would love you to answer that. How
Mr. David, can you hear us?
Sorry, what was the question?
Okay, Winner, please reiterate.
the question was, how can one utilize opportunities with little or no resources in this ever-changing world?
All right, so I'm back on the road, but I hope I will be able to hear me. So this question is very practical, and the good news is that I can answer because I had that experience. I Nothing was given me. I promise you this, nothing was given me. I had support. I won't take away that, but for a lot I ended myself. I didn't come from a place where I was giving gadgets, laptops, and all this stuff. But the first laptop I had access to, that was my final year. And it was not even working. The keyboard was faulty. In fact, I didn't use it. The devices I got it from working with my phone. The phone I bought it with my money. So you understand that I bought the phone with my money. And all this was starting work. In fact, there was something I did at 20 times. I had this phone, I've just taken this off, I'm a take this from me. So at the point, I had this issue where my phone was so horrible. You know this phone that I think is only P2, my number that gave me. This phone was running on I think, Android 4.2, and this was in 2000. This was 2018. We already had things Android 9 and to Android 4, right? Now this phone was hanging like crazy. It was 1 GB RAM. I think this was the first one bought me. The first one thing to take like a minute to react. One day I read something. It said, if you want to get something new, you have to lose what is old. I was doing my phone was gone. I took the phone, I broke it into two. I mean, the phone was still working. I broke it into two, and I took it into the dustbin. And I got a small phone from my parents, like a techno phone, just working phone, and I started using that. I went back to school. I was so intentional. I saw a friend that had two phones. I wanted to sell it. I begged him. I said, "Let me give you my small phone and just borrow me this year and just for a while. Let me use it, please." And he did. And I took that. And with that small phone that I took from him, that was techno 72 or so. I used that phone and I started working. Also, my senior brother gave me a tablet that was broken. That was my first tablet. After Iconia 811, I can remember all these things clearly. The screen was broken. The screen was 19,000 naira. Back then, that was some serious money. So I went back on holiday and I went to do menial jobs. Like I did 4 menial jobs. I did uh, I scraped walls in a house that needed to repaint. I digged, right. At point I digged a 4 by 4 pit. I did it myself. I moved blocks. I even did a bit of lesson and arranged the work. Now this is not like my background. My parents were provided for me by God's grace, but I needed that money, so they were not going to give it to me. It was not part of my school fees, so I had to work for it. And that time I was in university. So sometimes I would be back moving up to the place where to the site we're working. And then I'll be on the like this open pickup. And the people will be seeing me. I didn't care. I knew what I wanted, I knew where I was going. It was not the definition of me. It was something I had to do to get to where I wanted to be. And I did that and I got the money and I did that. With that, I was able to pick that up. But now look at what happened. I went back to school. Just 2 weeks after coming back to school, a friend by mistake threw the tablet on top bunk and the tablet screen smashed again. And I had to fix it again. I was so desperate. I met a friend and I borrowed money from him and I fixed it. I was so serious that few things a month I used that tablet and made money and paid back. So someone will always say, how bad do you want it? If you want it as much as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. So it depends on how much you want this success in what you want. There is no limitation that you can't overcome. And one thing you must get rid of at this stage is shame. See that shame of what people think. If you can do something that you think is lower than you, to get what you want right now, you get what you want, that move it to where you want, please do it. I did start with all those things, but by and by, I was able to afford any device I want, right? And I bought a set up my workspace, and then I'm comfortable now. I mean, I never think about all those things now. I have wireless internet, go to my house, all that. I have like I mean, in this state, I have contact lights, so I paid to be in this position. So, but I wasn't always there. Remember, I said when we were in school, I had to go look for light every time. In fact, where my parents were staying at that point in time, at the point I think there was no light in that area for more than a year. So if I went back home, I would go and charge my device outside and then go back and use it. So it depends on what you want and also be intentional. When you start making money first, prioritize what you need. Don't prioritize what makes you look good. Don't go and start buying costly iPhone or MacBook that you don't need. Be very, 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 very initial with what you have, and then you can get where you want. I hope that's the question. I mean, I hope you have answered the question.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, you answered the question, sir. Okay. So from the sheet here, I have another question from someone else. And the person is asking, how do I balance both areas? That is asking how can they balance education with career. I would love to believe the session that we just had has answered that question. But maybe when Mr. Ofofonono comes up to uh, answer the next question, she can throw a bit more light on that. So there's another question here. Two people actually asked something similar. The first person asked how to start a career with a communication course. Why the second person asked, as a mass communication student, I'm interested to know how I can connect my career opportunities, my studies to career opportunities in media and fintech like Cowrywise. So I would love Ms. my opponent to share her views on this in 2 minutes, and I would also love Mr. David to share his views as well. Miss Ofofonono, can you hear me?
Jesus.
Miss Metama, you might want to turn off the video, seeing as it's not very presentable. Miss Ofofonono, okay, while she's getting ready, Mr. David, please can you just answer the two questions? Uh,
Sorry.
how to start
Let
a
me just.
career with with communication first, and as a mass communication student, I'm interested to know how I can connect my studies to career opportunities in media and fintech, like Cowrywise. Mr. David, please, in a few minutes, uh, if you can help us shed some light on that, and Miss Ofofonono can pick up from where you stop.
Okay, while Mr. David is typing, I am a mass communication student, right? And I've been able to navigate my way through career um, via Masscom as a channel, basically. So here in UNIZIK, our mass communication department is now divided into public relations and advertising. We now have journalism. We now also have broadcast and film. Now, all of these is just a strategic way of allowing us specialize in one field of study. Now, every field of study is connected to each other. Stay with me. Now, the PR and advertising major, which I belong to, the bulk of work we do is to like see how we can come up with creative ideas to advertise brands and businesses, what they do, their services, how to put them out there, right? And also how to manage crisis around their reputation when crisis comes. That's the PR part of it, right? Now, broadcast and film, right, talks about the cinematography aspect of it, acting, and newscasting, and everything that would literally bring you on set, right, to speak to the crowd. That's broadcast and film. And now, journalism and reporting is just reporting news, writing news, going to the field to source for news, right? All of these major are specially designed to ensure that you have clarity. Now, when I joined in PR and advertising, I just joined because I can't be in broadcast and film. I mean, I love the fact that I have to be on set, but I don't think I'm going to have time to go out and act and do all of that stuff that they do. I also don't have interest in journalism. So I just wanted to be in PR and advertising because I love the aspect of marketing when it comes to marketing for brands and businesses. Right. Now I'm talking, I'm not just talking PR and I'm talking about mass communication as teaching you how to communicate. Now, how to communicate, there are different career paths under that, right? There's a compare. You could be a event compare. You could be an event moderator or anchor like I am doing right now. Now, when we talk about being an anchor or a moderator, you could be an MC at social events, corporate events, celebratory events, religious events, and all of that, right? So mass comm is a well of opportunities. Now, when we even come to the media, that's where we now do the art of cinematography, right? So we have Mr. David's view here. I'll just read it out. Your course of study doesn't really limit you. One of my friends studies soil science, but he's a top software engineer right now. At mastery level, no one asks you what you read in school. They only care about your skill level and your mastery. Exactly what I'm trying to put together. Now, the media industry is fun, right? Because you could literally be a content creator and you're in the media industry. Am I right? You could be a video editor and you're in the media industry. Now, pick out that particular niche you want to build on. And like Mr. David has said, sit your ass down and learn it and be very good at it. When you talk about the media, there are so many things. That question did not specify, right? But when you talk about the media, there are so many things you can do in the media. So many things. Social media strategy, just name it, right? And when it comes to the art of communications, there are tons of opportunities, tons of skills you can learn under it. Just pick that one skill, sit your ass down, and be good at it. So I think that does justice to the question. Thank you so much, Mr. David. Winner, you have the stage. Thank you.
Okay, so we have another question here. It says, what made you stand out enough to start getting opportunities like international clients and leadership roles, even before you have years of experience? And if you were in my position right now as a student, if you're in my position right now as a student in Nigeria trying to break into tech, what exact steps would you take in the next 6 months to become competitive? This question is very detailed and exact, and I would hand over to Mr. David. I don't know if you're available to take this. Okay, he said, the question said, what made you stand out enough to start getting opportunities like international clients and leadership roles, even before you had years of experience? What exact steps would you take in the next 6 months to become competitive Can anyone hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so due to uh, technical issues, I think Mr. David is answering his questions in the chat box. And okay, what's going to happen is for these responses to be more structured and deep, more convenient for the speakers and for everyone, we would send the questions to them privately, and we would have them answer it, and then we will add the feedback when we send the recording for this session to us. Is that okay? Is that okay? Can I see some reaction? Let's know if that works. Okay, can anyone hear me? So I'm going to send in the link to the WhatsApp group link. So this is the WhatsApp group in the chat here. So if you are not there, please try to join in because you are going to be answering a lot of these questions there. So here's what we're going to do. Please, in a moment, I'm going to ask our speakers to kindly join the WhatsApp group so that it's either they join the WhatsApp group before the question or after the question so that uh, they can respond to these questions when they're more settled, and you can also have these questions uh, to read and the answers to the questions to read when you're more settled. I believe that should be fine by us. Is that okay? So Passion, please you can continue now.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for making out time to be a part of this call. Many of us had busy schedules, we had places to be, meetings to attend, but we decided to make out time. Please, a round of applause for yourselves. You are special people, and it is God's plan that you are here with us this evening. Thank you so much for participating in this conversation. Your presence here has made the conversation inspiring, interactive, and worthwhile. Thank you so much, everyone. And it is my pleasure to be your host for the evening. It is my pleasure to be your moderator for the evening. I always say after every event, please connect with the speakers. Try as much as possible to connect with them. If you can't reach out to them directly, but then we can feel free to reach out to winner, send in your questions, and then we'll forward to the speakers, and you get back. You will get back to you, right? So I believe winner has shared the group link. So please do well to join the group link. That's one way we can keep track of every one of us who has questions right after this meeting. Again, thank you so much for joining. It is my pleasure to host you today. Can you give a round of applause for yourselves? A round of applause for yourselves. A round. I wish I actually wish I got to see your faces, like from your picture. I mean, I'm just seeing Amara's picture. Amara, you're fine, no? Fine people on this call. Hey, let me take out some time to admire you guys. You guys are fine. Come on, body joy. You guys are fine for real. I really wish I get to see you guys one day. But before you get to see me one day, or before I get to see you one day, please don't forget my face. Do not forget this face. Very, very important. Mary always says, don't forget my face. What did I say, guys? Don't forget my face, because you are going to be seeing this face more often. I mean, more often than not, you will see my face, of course. Again, my name is Mary. You can call me Passion, right? I am a professional event compare and event moderator, anchor for professional events, whether virtual or physical events. I am very much available for bookings, right? Don't forget my face. Don't forget my pretty face. I'm showing my face so you don't forget. Look at it now. If you need to take a screenshot. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Do not forget to join the group because that's the only way we can, track progress and also make sure that we attend to all your questions. Thank you so much. It's been such an amazing evening with you all. Thank you to the speakers. Thank you so much, Wina, for this inspiring session. Before we go ahead, I don't know if my campus lead is on this call. I would like to shout out to her, Deborah Obio. Are you on this call? Shout out to my campus lead, guys. UNIZIK campus lead, Deborah Obio. I wouldn't have left this call without giving her a shout out. It's a pleasure working with her. It's also a pleasure working with you, Winner. Thank you so much for having me host and anchor this event. Is Deborah here? Oh no, I guess she already left. But just have that name at the back of your mind. Deborah Obio is the campus lead for UNIZIK, Cowrywise Campus Ambassadors. Why I am the co-lead. Don't forget my face again. Thank you so much, guys. In a bit to wrap up this event, we say bye, 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 everyone. Good night, everyone. Don't forget to join in the group. Don't forget to join in the group. Let's continue the conversation there. Okay? Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. As you are going, looking at my face, and don't forget this face because you'll be seeing it more often. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.